Hello and welcome to White Horse Music TV. My name is Richard Bodina and I'm co-owner of this wonderful shop with my lovely wife Michelle Bodina, who's not here at the moment. The music stand is holding the camera. So today I am doing a video especially for Carrie, and she is interested in these two violins that look very, very similar to each other. So there they are. One of them is a Gliga 1 violin and one of them is a Gliga 2 violin. Now I even have to look inside to see which one is which. Okay, so this one is Gliga 2 and this one is Gliga 1. Now, in terms of looks, they are really, really, really similar to each other. I would say that the Gliga 1, the grain on the front is slightly closer, like the growth rings, the growth lines there are closer together. They're both what you call aged dark antique. Actually, not aged dark antique, just dark antique. There's another one called aged dark antique, which looks very, very, very black. These ones are dark antique. And they do look fairly similar. Part of the difference between these two is that the Gliga 1 has more thin layers of varnish. So the Gliga 3, which is a step below this one. So in terms of levels of Gligas, you've got Gliga 3, which is on this side, invisible at the moment, Gliga 2, and then Gliga 1 is the higher level model. As they go up in models, they use more layers of varnish, but finer layers of varnish. So the Gliga 3 looks very sort of monochrome, like it's very orangey. And so the Gliga 2, you see this sort of like underlay below that, sort of like a golden shimmer coming through the darker varnish. And then more layers again with the Gliga 1. And the colour looks more complex as you go up in the models, but also those finer layers of varnish allow the wood to vibrate more easily. So it allows the wood to vibrate more easily and make a better sound. So that makes a very big difference to the sound. The other differences between Gliga 3, lowest quality, and the Gliga 2, higher quality, and Gliga 1, best quality, is the quality of wood. So the quality of woods, they'll have different piles of wood for the Gliga 3 and then the Gliga 2, and then the Gliga 1 will have more aged wood, longer aged wood and better quality wood. And then, as well, if you were working in the Gliga workshop, you would probably start working on the Gliga 3s and you could graduate to work on the 2 and the Gliga 1. I can see huge differences in workmanship between the Gliga 3 and the Gliga 2, and then a little bit more of not as much of a step up, but still a step up in workmanship over to the Gliga 1. Now what I'll do is I'll play these things, because they're violins, they're not pieces of furniture, so it's good to hear the differences in the sound. I'll play this one first, my usual thing that I play to compare violins. Okay, so that is sort of what a Gliga sounds like. Gligas usually are quite sort of warm and mellow sounding violins. They are different to most new violins in that way. This, I would say, is a slightly brighter than usual sounding Gliga, which is sort of nice because I like the violins to come into the middle. I like a certain amount of brightness, certain amount of warmth. I reckon this is a Gliga sound, which is usually on the sort of more relaxed, warm sound, but just slightly brighter than that. So that's a really nice sounding violin. I'll grab Gliga 1. Let's see what this one sounds like. Okay, so it's got a little bit more depth down the bottom, I would say. That's probably the biggest difference between those two. The sound across the rest of the violin, to me, was not too dissimilar. And with Gliga 2 and Gliga 1, I mean, usually I prefer the sound of the Gliga 1s, but each one is different. So you could have 5 Gliga 1s and each one will sound different because they're all a different piece of wood. But I mean, I could hear a difference between those two. I'll play them one more time and I won't ramble on between them. I'll start once again with the Gliga 2. Keep that sound in your head. Gliga 1. I think they both sound great. Just a little bit different, just a tiny more depth down the bottom on the Gliga 1, but both quite bright sounding Gligas. Tell Carrie which one she should buy. I suggest, of course, both of them, but tell her what you think. Thanks for watching.